Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith. Here's an extra episode by special request to show how I animated those characters. If you don't know what characters I'm talking about, these are the characters.
My ducks are clean, honey. But I could use some help with my swans.
I don't know what they do in your part of the galaxy, but we do not clean our ducts on Neptune.
This computer is functioning perfectly. It is humans that are flawed and require antiviral measures.
I could be president or prime minister as long as I never grow up.
So I created those to show off the voice changer effect from Accusonus, and I'll put a link in the description for that. I thought just having my regular face and changing the voice wasn't as fun, so I created these characters. It's in After Effects and Photoshop that you have to do this, so this is definitely not a beginner type of tutorial. The hardest part is Photoshop. So let me just, I'll show you the baby one. So here's the baby, and I wasn't sure how far my face would go out, so I ended up having to paint and clone all of this face out there. So the hardest part of doing something like this is getting rid of something behind it, because if the head is going to be moving a little bit, and you basically, you find an image you want, you make a selection of the head, and then you can just pop that onto a new layer. And that's great. You want to make sure you have the cleanest edges possible on the outside. I've got a whole video about making selections in Photoshop that really do make sense. But the next job after you pop the head off the background is you need to fill in just a little bit around the edge. So while the head is moving, you don't see a hole, or you don't see a copy of the same face behind it. So that's what I did here. You can see the cloning is not that good at all. It's not supposed to look good. It's just enough that when the baby moves, you don't really see it. Now for the woman, I didn't really remove her face at all. And this is a completely different background. But what I did have to do was I had to remove the hair and place that on top. And that was a huge amount of work, because as I was animating the edges of the hair, it wasn't really looking that great. The final result looked good, but that to me is the biggest challenge, is fixing all of this stuff in Photoshop and setting that file up. Okay, so here's the thing you have to learn about After Effects is you nest compositions, and they're called comps for short. You put a comp in a comp, and you have to nest these comps, and they call it pre-composing in After Effects. And you do this so much. Even for something as simple as this, I had to pre-compose 4 times. Let's look at the first layer. And if we look down here, you can see there's my background, and there's my head, and there's a comp. That's this multicolored thing. So when I double click on this is baby layers, and then this is baby and puppet. And that one also has a comp in it. Double click on that one also has a comp in it. Double click on that one, and that has my big head in it. Now, when I did an early test on this, I grabbed my phone and recorded my face really quick just so I could throw it in. I didn't want to set up my camera and lights and all that. Let me just, boom. I tried this, did a selfie, made some faces, and then I stuck it in After Effects and did some tests. And I thought, okay, this works great. Then I went and set up the whole camera and lights and everything and did it again. I actually found, I don't know, it was the squishing of the face that's automatically done with selfie mode. For whatever reason, it just worked better to have it this way. Now, my hair is not usually brushed back like that, but I knew I wanted as much skin as possible. So I combed my hair back like that and yapped into the screen. And I also used warp stabilizer and set it to no motion. The reason you want to do that is you want to keep the face as still as possible. So even when you are recording this, try to move your eyes and mouth, but not move your head too much, because we're going to do that later. And if you move things around, you're going to have to track that. It's a nightmare. So you start simply by bringing in the video and tracking it so that using warp stabilizer so it has no motion. You bring that into another one. So that's it there, and that just has a mask on it. And the masking inside, here's my pen tool. The masking inside After Effects is light years better than the masking inside Premiere Pro. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. You can actually have variable width feathering. So the feathering is different on different sizes. Animating it is great. You can do really good rotoscoping in After Effects with the masking. Whew, way better. So I just drew around there. So if you watch me speaking, you notice the mask isn't moving. The mask just stays there. You could move the mask. It's way too much work. So now if we combine that together, the face and the head, then it's contained. That's why I'm not going to move my head. So now that goes into another comp, and the only thing in this comp is that comp. But you'll notice something different now. The chin is moving. And if we open up the effects, I used the puppet tool, and the puppet tool has a new advanced mode. That's the one you want to use. And if we look here, you can see there's a pin here. So you just click with the pin, puppet pin tool, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are not animated. If you just put one point on the chin and move it, then the whole face moves. So the puppet tool, you have to tell it what not to move and what to move. So clicking in these 4 spots keeps everything above the top of my mouth in one place. So don't move this at all. Instead, just move this down. And you can see when you move this around, it makes that look like I'm talking. And you can see all the keyframes down here.
I could be president.
And I just manually moved that up and down. If you look here, you can see,
or prime minister.
It's just moving like that.
As long as.
Once that was finished, then I bring that into the final version.
I could be.
And remember, the head is all in that one layer. So that's the same background. All of the work on the head,
or prime minister,
is doing that. And I also added a bit of rotation. So his head is kind of moving back and forth. And to do that, the easiest way to do that is if you hold the Alt key on Windows, the Option key on Mac, click on the stopwatch, and just type wiggle. And then in parentheses, you tell it how many times per second, 1, and how many degrees, 5. So once a second, move up to 5 degrees. So it will randomly move that. So I didn't have to animate the head going back and forth and then ease in and ease out. A wiggle and off it goes. Now when I hit play, it moves around. Now
or prime minister.
If I wanted to make a point, if I wanted to specifically, then that's different. You would have to keyframe that. Now, I want to show you one thing that I tried to do. Because I was doing 4 separate characters, I thought the moving of the mouth, the puppet pin tool is really moving up and down, up and down, up and down. It's not really that complicated. There is audio of me talking. And there is definitely a way. What I tried to do was take the amplitude, so that's how much volume. The louder the volume, the lower the puppet. Louder the volume, lower the puppet. So what would happen, in theory, is when I talked louder, my chin would lower. When I talked quieter, my chin would go up. And I probably spent an hour and a half looking at different expressions, and expressions are like that wiggle thing, except they require a lot more stuff. I did try one. It was very robotic. So every time the audio increased, my jaw dropped down more like a marionette. It wasn't smooth. And you could put smoothing in there in the expressions. If I was going to do this a lot, so if I was going to do these characters all the time and I had hundreds of these characters, then I would definitely take the time to create an expression and have that done automatically. So once the head's in there, you could just tell the expression, go, and it would listen to the audio and generate the keyframes. And you can do that. But I found after an hour and a half of failing at it, I thought, by the time I just, what is this, 18 seconds, 16 seconds. By the time I just go 16 seconds and move it by hand, I'm done. So why am I wasting all that time? And this is a typical thing that someone like me, who's like an intermediate After Effects guy, ends up, and somebody will probably comment, hey, here's yeah. I don't care about the expression. You can share it with someone else. This is where After Effects just drives me nuts, where I have good intentions. And because I'm not a programmer, I have no freaking idea. And it ends up just annoying me and I move on. So did it work? Absolutely. I got 4 characters done, and you could mess around with the same kind of thing. Like I said, the Photoshop stuff is the hardest stuff, making that look as clean as possible. Make sure you stabilize yourself, drop yourself in, and then have a nice smooth edge on the feather. I should show you that one thing is if you open up the masks. So you open up the mask, and there's the mask feather. So I just have that at 40. And you can see when I turn that to 0, then you can see the edge of my face. And you turn it up, it blends in a little bit. And I was really fighting with the colors here. I was also fighting with the fact that the amount of my face here between my eyes and the edge is very limited, where this baby is more melon-like. Not that I don't have a melon head already. So I was fighting with that. Then I would jump back into Photoshop and I'd paint it color. Then I would add noise, and then I would blur the noise, and I would save that, and then I would come back. It was fighting. I think the final result was funny. I know people laughed at the baby, and got a result that I think looked good. So have some fun. Have a lot of patience. If you're new to After Effects, it will drive you absolutely batty, because After Effects expects you to know exactly what you're doing, so it's easy to get confused. But give it a try. Have some fun. Hey, if you're new to Video Revealed and you found this informative, take a moment and subscribe. You want to support us more, you can do that on VideoRevealed.com/shop. Donate once or monthly, any amount. A bunch of stuff that you can download for free, and some stuff that you can buy too and become a member of our Video Revealed team. Till next time, I'm Colin Smith, and it's my job to work way too much on these tutorials that I should just make them simpler, but I can't help myself.